Have you ever noticed how the most recent or dramatic event seems to dominate your thoughts, guiding your decisions in ways you might not even realize? This is no coincidence. It's the power of the availability heuristic, a cognitive bias that compels us to overestimate the importance of information that is most readily available to us. Welcome to today's deep dive into the fascinating world of cognitive biases. And if you're intrigued by how our minds can be so easily influenced, be sure to check out the book 48 Cognitive Biases, the ultimate guide to clear thinking. In the theater of the mind, the most vivid and recent images take center stage. They command our attention and often guide our decisions, sometimes more than they should. The availability heuristic is a mental shortcut that allows us to make quick decisions based on the information that comes to mind most easily, usually the most recent, dramatic, or emotionally charged data. While this can be useful in some situations, it also blinds us to the broader reality, trapping us in a narrow perspective shaped by the latest headlines or the most striking events. Think about the last time you watched the news. A plane crash, though statistically rare, might have left you with an outsized fear of flying, even though driving is far more dangerous. This is the availability heuristic at work. The recent and vivid image of the crash dominates your mind, leading you to overestimate the risks of flying while underestimating the more common dangers of everyday activities like driving. Now, let's talk about how the availability heuristic can be both a tool and a trap. On one hand, it allows skilled politicians, marketers, and strategists to shape public perception by repeatedly exposing people to certain images, stories, or messages. For example, a political campaign that focuses relentlessly on a single, emotionally charged issue like crime or immigration can make it seem as though this issue is of paramount importance, even if other, more pressing concerns are being overlooked. By controlling the narrative, these influencers can guide public opinion and decision-making. However, the availability heuristic can also lead us astray. When we allow the most vivid or recent information to dominate our thinking, we risk making decisions that are short-sighted, biased, and ultimately detrimental. To avoid this trap, it's essential to cultivate the discipline of critical thinking. When confronted with a decision, ask yourself, am I relying too heavily on recent or dramatic information? What other data might I be overlooking? By stepping back and assessing the full spectrum of information, you can make more grounded decisions, free from the fleeting impressions of the moment. So, how can you master the availability heuristic? Here are a few key strategies. First, control the narrative. When you want to influence others, flood their minds with vivid, recent information that supports your agenda. Second, beware of the recency effect. Don't let the most recent information overshadow the broader context. Third, diversify your information sources. The more varied the information you consume, the less likely you are to be swayed by the latest or most dramatic data. Fourth, practice mental detachment. Train your mind to step back and reflect before making decisions. Finally, use repetition to your advantage. When you need to cement an idea in someone's mind, repetition is your ally. The more frequently a message is repeated, the more powerful its influence will be. By mastering the availability heuristic, you can shape the perceptions of others while guarding your own mind against the influence of the most vivid and recent. In the battle for control over perception, those who understand this bias wield a powerful weapon, one that can tip the scales of decision-making in their favor. If you found this insight valuable and want to learn more about how cognitive biases shape our lives, don't forget to check out 48 Cognitive Biases, the ultimate guide to clear thinking. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the world of cognitive psychology.